Well, welcome to the video version of our weekly where we talk about the things that are going on in the life of our church so that you can be part of what God is doing among us. So for those of you that are watching on Sunday morning, sometimes we wonder how many people are actually paying attention. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't. Maybe you're checking your phone, maybe you're talking to somebody. But we want to give a shout out to Josie Britton, who paid such close attention to the announcement videos that she was reminding her parents of things that they needed to remember from the announcement video. So thank you, Josie, for listening, and thank you to so many of you that give your attention for just a few minutes while we talk about these things that are going on in the life of our church. Probably the biggest one at this point being, Holly, the Great Neighborhood Get-Together coming up.
Yes, so the Great Neighborhood Get-Together is coming up on Saturday, June 12th. It's from 1 to 4 is the time of the event. And we are just so excited for this event, for an opportunity to give help, get help, and gather together. So the ways that we can just be a part of our neighborhood and serve and care for them. So there's several different components to this event. And so I want to talk through some different aspects of it. So first being things that you can bring to the event. So we want you to bring food, water, bottles of water for Eastside Meals on Wheels, the plants if you want to share them with your neighbors, and then also paper bags for us to be able to transport different plants, things like that for the event. There are a couple of different ways to get involved where you can sign up in advance. So one of those is a vaccination. So through our Eventbrite, you can kind of select a time slot for a vaccination so that you make sure we get you in at the appropriate time. And then also for donating blood, there's a sign-up sheet for that as well. And all of that is on our website, so you can go there to get those details. But what we also need is set up and tear down for the event. So just ways to volunteer and help serve and make this happen and make this a great event for our community and for our neighbors. So we'd love to have you sign up. You can sign up by emailing the office or connecting with me, and we can kind of get you into a role and an opportunity to serve in that way. But the heart of the event really is engaging with our neighbors. So Abby, can you talk through a little bit about what that means and what that looks like for this event?
Yeah. I think for a lot of people, walking through the doors of a church can be kind of intimidating, especially if you've never been to church, if you don't really know church people, maybe if you've had a bad experience with the church. I know I was born and raised in the church. I have worked at churches. I have served as a pastor. And even still, when we moved out here and we were looking for churches, it was intimidating for me to walk through the doors of church. And so when we do things like the Great Neighborhood Get-Together, it's an opportunity to get to know our neighbors and for our neighbors to get to know us. So that it's not just, this group, these closed door, church things on Sunday morning where people come in and they leave and then the neighborhood doesn't really know us or the things that are going on. So we want to get to know our neighbors, and we also want to be able to serve our neighbors and serve alongside our neighbors, because no matter what it is that we believe or where it is that we go to church, we're still in a community together, and we think that that's a great thing, to just be in community. And by being in community, that opens up all kinds of doors of opportunity to help and support people in whatever phase of life they're in now or what they enter into. There's a lot of people in our neighborhood that are lonely after this year of isolation. So this is an opportunity to connect together and just show that we don't just care about other people in our church, we care about our community, we care about our neighbors, and we want to see them flourishing. So that's some of the heart behind it. There's so many different things that we could talk about, but those are the things that come to the top of my mind and the things that I'm praying for as we enter into this kind of engagement with our community. The Great Neighborhood Get-Together is also a great intro into the very next day, Sunday, June 13th, when we'll be doing Church in the Park. Hopefully it's not going to be so cold that we have to wrap up in blankets like we did last month. But we're looking forward to worshiping together in the park on Sunday, June 13th at 10 a.m. We will have kids' park activities for both our preschoolers and our elementary-aged kids. And just a great day together outside in the park, inviting other people to join. So bring your coffee, bring a picnic lunch, just plan to hang out for the afternoon afterwards and spend time together as a church family and spend time with our neighbors. We've come to really love these opportunities to worship together in the park. So if you have been part of it, you know that it's great. And if you haven't, this is a great opportunity to try it out.
To come and join us in worship, so it's always a blast. Yeah. So thank you for joining us this morning for our weekly announcements. We'd love to have you stick around after the service. We're doing having lunch together in the fellowship hall downstairs, but then also having our local church conference meeting in the sanctuary. So all of it's air conditioned because it's going to be hot. But we're hopefully you can join us and stick around for that. It's just a great way for us to hear what has happened this past year and where we're going in the future. So thanks for joining us. Feel free to check out the weekly email on Tuesdays or our website for any other additional updates and things coming.